What are you currently reading?
I am currently reading a book called The Unredeemed Captive. It's by John Demos, and it's a nonfiction book. It's a story about, it's a true story that takes place in the early 1700s about a young woman who's kidnapped from Deerfield, Massachusetts, from the village of Deerfield, by Mohawk Indians in Quebec. And for almost 2 generations, her family tries to get her to come home, and she prefers Indian life. And there were a number of captives like her who, when they were captured, did not want to come back. Often, in fact, they were the women. So it's a very interesting book.
What's the one book that you've read that you wished you had written?
I wish I had written Crime and Punishment. I'm a crime fiction writer, and that's far and away the greatest crime fiction novel ever written.
What is the one book that stands out to you from your high school assigned reading?
Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I read as a kid many adventure stories. I loved adventure, but this was one of the first ones that also drew in a whole lot of thematic meaning. And in my own work, bringing thematic meaning into mystery is very important. I would say my favorite children's book is Wind in the Willows, Kenneth Grahame. It's so funny, it's so well written, and I think the character of Toad is one of the great characters in fiction.
What do you think makes a book great?
Great books have a spirit in them, and it's very hard to define. The spirit, I think, comes from something in the soul of the actual writer. It's imparted to the page. It's different in every single great book, and I think that's what does it, and that's why there are so few of them. It's very hard. First of all, you have to be a very special person to have that to begin with, and then to transfer it somehow into the text is difficult.